Okay, so first thing we need to do is to delete the unnecessary files that has been created by create react app. Before that, you already know that how to create that application, how to install that. So the command is like npx create react app and app name. I will install this file. Then so let's do it. In public, don't need this favicon logo manifest and robots. We're deleting in bulk. Then we don't need app.css, then app.taste.js, index.css, logo.svg, report web vitals.js, setup tastes.js. Going to delete it. Okay. Then we need this read md package.json, and then in index.js we need to remove these parts like unused, deleted part. Here we're going to delete this. That's it. In app.js should delete these part completely. Do app. And in index.html also we need to delete this. To delete a complete line, use the control X. It will delete complete line. Okay. Again, control X here, control X, manifest, control X. This will make your code more clean. Okay, then for formatting, like you can see before this it was like this, and now it is like this. Control, okay, control Y. Okay, just a second. Shift Alt and F. It was the key. It was like this. Shift Alt F. It formats. Here also there is an option from right mouse, right click on the mouse. That is where it is. Format document. Okay. Control S to save. Our application is ready. So to start, npm start. If you think I'm going very slow, you can speed up this video. Okay, this is good. Now we need to make a few components like we have that navbar, we need footer also, we need routes. So just make the proper folder structure, clean folder structure here. So whatever you are going to create, please make it inside the source, and don't come out of that src folder, because that app.js is not is unreachable from this out of src. So whatever you want to create the components, make it inside the src. So here I'm going to create a component named folder. Then okay, components, we have navbar, navbars. Okay, navbars. And we have footers, and we have the main content. Hmm. So you can imagine like this layout of a website. Okay, we will get the image. Okay, here you can see there are headers, there is navbar, there is footer. This is the main content, which includes the sub modules, sub components, that is sections, articles, and aside. Aside is mostly a menu. Okay, so here we are going to the same structure we're going to follow. There is main, there is navbar and footer. Okay, inside main, we can create our home folder. And again, home, add to do, add to do folder. These are the routes actually. Think it as they are routes. Then update to do. So we need to create list to do's. We have, okay, delete to do. These are the main routes. So starting with the home, uh, let's create a component as home.jsx. So there is a difference between JS and JSX. So JS is an actual JavaScript file, and JSX is a JSX file that we pass to our React. We create for React applications. So in JSX, we have actual HTML content, but not all the attributes that we use in HTML are similar to JSX. For example, in HTML we use class equals to, we give the class name, and in JSX we use class name. Okay, in this way there is a slight difference, but overall the idea is same. So here I use a plugin. I will add the link for it in comments. So the what it does is you just need to write the simple words like arrow function component, React arrow function component, and hit enter. So it will give you complete component structure. So here we have this home as the component title, and it is exported as default. So there are two types of defaults again, exports again. Like first is default, and then is named export. We will see that later. So here we have home, close saved. Then okay, then we need to create a nav bar also. So home nav bar. Why I have given the name home is because many times we need a different navbar for dashboards. So before logging we will have a different navbar, and after logging we will have different navbar. So in our application we don't have any login authentication. So we can give it as a navbar, but still for a good practice we will be naming it as a home navbar. Home navbar.jsx. It contains the HTML content, React arrow function components. Okay. So that's it. Again, we need to go for footers. So home footer dot jsx, React arrow function component. Okay. Now we need to add these components to our app.js. Here we have home navbar, home navbar. You need to import it manually, as many times the VS Code will suggest you the path and it will import it directly. So here we need to import it manually. Slash, can go here, dot slash src. Okay, components. Then we have navbars, and then we have home navbar. That's it. Won't throw any error, and it will show in our web page home navbar. Okay. Then we have home. Components are not getting imported by default. From dot slash components slash main slash home. Okay. You can see navbar home, and then we have footer. Okay, home footer. dot slash component slash footer slash home footer. Here you will notice like we don't need to give the dot js extension here. In React, this thing is very good. You just need to pass the complete path with the component name. You don't need to pass the .jsx or .js. Okay, this is it. We have the three components here. Now, the next thing I'm going to discuss is here I will write the notes also. Adding routes and CSS dot txt. Okay. Here, first of all, what we did, run this command to install React app. Okay. That is npx create React app. Then app name in small letters. This is important. Then the next step is to delete unused files from public and src folder. Okay. uh, I know like you already know that what are the important components like app.js, index.js, index.html. These are the very important components. So don't delete that. And again, delete the methods called. Delete the methods or components called or images called in your app.js, index.js or html. Index.html, sorry, index.html. Okay, it means we deleted the files from here now. In public we deleted lots of content that we deleted, the files we deleted, so we need to delete that content too. Okay, in this way, these are the steps we need to follow. Then we need to do, okay, to delete, okay, create the component, sorry, create the components folder inside src. What we did, after creation, create the navbar navbars footers main folders and add the components respectively. That's it. So the next step will be to import import the components to your app.js. Okay, that's it. These are the notes you will need for the reference. Then we have this. Here we have this button to collapse the folder. Okay, in app.js we have this. The next part I'm going to discuss is we need to use a CSS framework because I will write it in overview actually. Okay, here we will create a framework title frame frameworks. Okay. So we have for HTML we don't have any framework, so you will be using HTML by default. I think we can say JSX. That will be good because we're not going to use the actual HTML. We are going to use JSX. So we have JSX instead of HTML. For CSS, we have a CSS framework. We are going to use a CSS framework. That is framework. The name of the framework is Bulma. So the website is bulma.io, and we have this for JavaScript. We're going to again use a JavaScript framework. That is React.org. Okay, this is the website name actually. Don't get confused here. So okay, I will remove it. React.js here Burma CSS. Okay, don't get confused. So these are the frameworks we're going to use. So now we need to first use that. We are already using React, so we need to import that Bulma CSS. So here we have, okay, I will go from start actually. Bulma.io is the actual website. Then click on get started, click on overview, then click on start. You will get the CDN option. Click on HTML link, copy it, and here paste it. Okay, now we have integrated this Bulma CSS in our whole application. The title of the application is ToDo app. Okay, I will provide the link. So, how to use those components? For example, we need the navbar. What we usually do is we create a CSS file. We write the content there, like all the CSS classes. Then we use those classes in our HTML, and then our navbar is ready like for after 30 or 40 minutes of effort. But here, uh, by using this framework, we also can use that bootstrap now. And but why I'm not using it, because it's very common and it will feel like the average website, normal website. It won't look cool. So that is the only reason uh, I'm suggesting you to use this Bulma CSS. So here you directly need to copy this. Okay, but the problem is it's in HTML actually. It's in HTML and we need it in the JSX. So we have this tool. I will provide the link again, that magic.react.js. What it does, it it asks you for the HTML content and it converts it into the JSX. You can see the difference. We have this class in HTML and in JSX we have this class name. So you need to copy this. Okay, then go to your code, then home navbar, and then here you need to paste that code. You will be seeing these errors because this anchor tag is not completely supported in this React, because they usually say like use link, that is the React that is inside the React router. So we still can use anchor without any error, but if you use anchor tag for all the links, that means you're not using React application properly, because the main motto of React is to create the single page application. And when we use anchor tags, that means you're not creating a single page application, you are using the multiple reloads to generate the content. So keep in mind, we're going to replace it with the link tag. Okay, for now let it be. We will see this in our website. Here you can see we got this navbar. You can change whatever you want. Okay, for now let it be as it is. Then we need to go for footer. Okay, go for footer. We have this footer, and okay, we can copy this. Then in app.js you can go from, you can navigate from app.js. We already have those components. Just control and click, mouse left click, control and mouse left click. It will go to this component directly. Here we have this footer. You can see to our website we got this footer, and our main content, that is home, we are missing. So here we can put some component like what we can put, can put a hero. This is a component called as hero. What it does, it gives you this, okay, this text with with little bit of height. Okay, okay, so any component you can choose. Okay, okay, you can get this, you can copy this, again go to this tool, control V, control C, and here you're going to paste it. Okay, that's it. So here our application is like we can see that our landing page is ready. So we can edit this content. To do application made using React JS. Using React JS, we also need to update the footer content. So I will write my name. Sunny Naikoti. Oh, okay, you can to do app. By the He has provided the link. I will provide my link. Dot in. Okay. Then we have the source code is license. Copyright 2023. Okay. Here I think we don't need this. We don't need this. So this is our footer. These are our pages. We can put the multiple routes here. Okay. Like, instead of this more, and comment this out. And home and contact. That's it. In contact also we can provide a link with href. Here href we have mail to. Mail to means it will directly open the email client. So Samir n @redact.in. When you click on this link, it will open this mail. When you click on this mail, it will open your mail client. I think it's Outlook. So you can see directly it has entered to Samir Naikov as Samir and @redact.in. So content is ready. Sign up and login we don't have, and we can change the logo actually. So what we can put, we can directly put a text here instead of this to, to okay. So getting updated. Oh, ToDo app. This is our clean website. And we need to provide the link to start. So we can put a card or what we can put. This is a little bit of CSS part, but we are doing it in a much faster way. How much time? 3. Okay, we have 7 minutes. Okay, just now then let's create that routing part. Okay, for that, what we need to do is the routes. Okay, then we have route path equals to slash and element equals to our home for our slash. We already know this. You can see whenever I click save, it will say like routes and route is not defined. Okay, so we need to import it first. Here we have routes, route from React router. So we can see React router is not present. We can see this issue. By here we can see React scripts is there, React router is not there. So we need to create another console and we need to enter this command npm install react router. Okay, it has installed. We can close this new terminal and we can save this. So here it says, okay, can check the errors. Okay, huh. So okay, the problem is where we have React router, React home. Okay, we need to install the browser router also. So we have configured our routes and route here, but we have not allowed the browser router for our app.js. So we need to add the browser router. Click Shift Alt F to format, and here we have this from React router. It throws an error because will explain it. Okay, here what you can do, you can Google it, browser router in React. So it will give an import statement. Okay, so you can see the import statement has import. This is not a default export, hence it is in the curly brackets. For default export, we don't have any curly brackets. You can see the difference here. In app.js, this is a default export. If you go into this component, you can see the default keyword. This says export default home footer. So this is default, so we can directly import it without any curly brackets. But in here we can see that this that routes and route is in curly braces. The difference is like they have defined in this way. You can see export router, uh, export route in this way. So we need to specify it properly with this. Okay, this is the difference. Don't get confused with it. Use it as it is. There are only two things. So we need to import this. There is a difference between React router and React router DOM to replace this. But again, it will say we don't have this React router DOM installed. So again, what we need to do, we need to create another terminal here along with our current application running terminal. And again, we need to install npm install React router DOM. You can use npm I also. That's it. You can close this, and now we can still we have the issue. Put it as a browser router. We can again go to the Google. We can check for this import browser router DOM. Okay, I guess we have installed two components and still we have not compiled it from start. We are simply installing from another terminal. That is the main issue, that application is not getting this browser router. So in these kind of issue, when you are using multiple terminals to install things, you can directly control C, like stop this application, then again you can start npm start. In this way it will compile from start, so it won't get any errors. Let's see what happens. Okay, still I guess we have issues.